Something in the water taught me how to fall.
But I do think that it's important to like start getting feedback as soon as possible, because like if you like a song, you are a good enough critic to know when you've done something good. So like as a songwriter, you got to start so that you can start writing a good one, because you're not going to, the first one you write, you know.
Yeah, that's going to be your progress as a songwriter. You're going to start emulating the best of what you're listening to, you know. In my case, that was the Beatles. You know, you ain't going to write a Beatles song at 20 like they did, because you weren't one of them. They were talented. Just okey finoki.
Karaoke.
And but the more you do something, the better you're supposed to get at it. And with time, you do learn the ins and outs, the wrongs and rights, the things that work or should work. And don't mean after all these years of songwriting that you can't still write a shitty one.
Yeah, well, you have to. If you want to write a good one, they can't all be your best one.
Yeah.
You got to write some that are not, you know?
Mm-hmm. And with that, we'd like to welcome y'all to Something in the Water. It's a podcast, and it's brought to you by Jim Dunlop, Nylon Guitar Picks.
Great guy.
He is a great guy. And this is a great guy sitting right here. I'm Uncle Dave Griffin, along with Sean Clark. And Sean, who we got on the guest chairs?
We got the Daniell brothers.
Yes.
Reid and Kyle Daniell.
Hello, hello.
All right, let me think now. I always get
Waycross, Georgia.
I always get y'all mixed up.
Homeboys.
Reid and Kyle, is that left to right or right to left? Or I'm confused.
Depends on which side you're on.
This is Reid.
Cain
This
and
is
Abel.
Kyle.
That's right. That's right. And we're very excited to be here.
I can tell.
I try to listen to so many of my friends talk and like get so anxious for them, like I have a panic attack and I have to like cut it off halfway through. And I'll start it and I'll start it up again. So we're here. We're ready.
All right. Ain't nothing to it. We always love our guests. We try to do right by them. Our process is start at 6 o'clock, feed them, drink them if they so desire.
Delicious lasagna.
Yeah, and
I felt like Garfield.
and we just get relaxed and start the cameras rolling, and y'all see what we see. We don't even know where we go with these things. It's very random, very spontaneous. And so for the first question is, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood?
I think Kyle knows this one.
Yeah.
I think.
I think it's 3.
No way. How did you do that?
That was very confident. Are you sure it's not 3?
It is 3. I said, no way, man. I couldn't believe he got it right.
Yeah, they
Right off the
they
bat.
put it on a Tootsie Pop commercial back in the day.
Yeah, it was 3. You're right.
No, that wasn't a woodchuck.
What?
though.
That was a
Yeah, but I think
That was
Tootsie
the
Creation.
that was the Tootsie Owl.
That's right. That's right.
My question is, who's Cain and who's Abel?
Well, who's the better looking one?
Which
You talking
one
about
was
real
older?
or in the Bible?
Which one killed the other one?
Ooh,
Well,
that was-
yeah. I mean more with age. I mean not age,
Well-
but more with personality. Who would kill the other one over
yeah.
jealousy?
Man, he would kill me because he's stronger than me. And
That's
plus
not-
And I have more reason to be jealous.
he dominates me in facial hair too, which is like something that I'm never
Yes.
going to be comfortable with as the older brother, but I can't do it and he kills it. So.
Just happened
He's
like this.
he's the best beard in this room right now.
And had a fantastic mustache before that. really, I've been looking up to him since.
Whiskers.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have y'all.
Yeah.
The thing I love about it is y'all are some of the best friends of my daughter. You
That's
graduated with her. Okay.
That's
And
right.
Brandon Jones. So
right.
that little clique that just kept on evolving since high school
Yeah.
still remains together these days.
We still get together. We still play all the time, and it's awesome. Like that's kind of how we all got into music at the same time. I remember there was like this Wiltronic special, $2.99, like Fender Squire package with like this
Little tiny
amp,
Mhm.
and Brandon and Brandon Jones, Justin Minshew, Ben Boyle, Justin Huckabee, and myself. We all got like guitars for Christmas that year. And they all got the Wiltronics package, like the Fender Squires. I got an Ibanez. And I was like,
Different.
It was
He almost started Limp Bizkit.
it was this close. It was this close.
Ever have one of those days?
But yeah, we all did it at the same time, and that's like our bond that we'll have for the rest of our lives. And we still get together every chance we can. It's awesome. Yeah.
It's magic.
That's
It's,
right.
That music magic.
And like we were discussing earlier, because we were like learning at the same time, we were pushing each other, like iron sharpens iron, like whoever's the better player, like you don't want to be the person in the group that can't play. Like that would suck. So yeah.
So y'all just picked each other up all the way.
That's right. Yeah.
You can always learn from it's best. That's the best way to learn guitar is to just be around other people who are playing, You all kind of move along. Sometimes somebody will just start running away, like a Josh Kirkland or something.
Yeah. I'd hate to think that like if we didn't get together, because I so rarely play guitar like on my own, like I would lose it. Like it's important to like keep it up, keep them chops up.
Something in my brain won't let me stray. Something in my veins gonna find its way. Something in the water taught me how to pray. When that cold black water finds its way into your veins, you'll never be the same.
So I feel like I could go pro at cat names. Like some of my top list
Now,
currently
see, this needs to be
is
saved.
Zoso.
That's what will come back in.
That'd be a great cat name, right?
Yeah.
How about Milorg? It sounds so spooky. Like, Milorg, get out of the stew. But Kyle has the best cat name already.
What?
The current one.
Yeah.
Anyang.
Anyang?
Anyang.
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 I know.
Pretty good cat name, am I right?
Yeah, it's Korean for meow.
Anyang.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Cool.
It's actually Korean for hello.
Next cat I have, I'm going to name him Boring.
Wolf.
Come here.
Poor
Come
kitty.
here. Yawn.
I tried to name a cat John Benet Ramsey Jr., but it didn't take.
It was a boy.
It wasn't actually my cat.
Yeah. It was a boy cat, too.
It's a boy's
which,
name.
John
She was named after her
would
father.
work for a boy cat, but John Benet we know is
Guilty.
It almost sounds like a takeoff on a new bidet company.
man. That's a Cadillac you guys got. Beautiful stuff.
You could only get a bidet like that on
Chef's
Christmas morning.
kiss. Yeah.
Well, I guess y'all figured out we're back.
We're back.
Never look a bidet in the mouth.
I was mentioning on the first half about how much we strive to make our guests feel right at home and everything. So talking about the meal and the drinks and what have you. But we also have a bidet right within the studio bathroom to
The
to
rest
the,
of you savages
ride of Kyle
should
over there.
probably get one too, because
They're unique.
I don't know about unique.
They'll sneak up on you. If you've never had the experience of a bidet, well, for you folks that don't understand French, it's a
powerful.
it's
Water
the
in your ass.
it's the alternative to toilet paper. A nice little system that rings your commode, and it's got a control over
tater
here. It's
pouch.
got
I still use
I was
toilet
using it
paper.
all wrong.
slow, medium, and
Use less toilet paper.
fire hose.
Yeah, I think I'd be ticklish. I don't know.
But you talking about not feeling like a caveman anymore?
You can eat off of it.
Oh, we've got one at the house.
I know there's a lot of kids eating ass these days, so let's go ahead
Justin
That's your
was
generation.
and bleep that part out.
Justin here. Justin Mercer, our producer, engineer. He's the one that introduced him to bidets, and we ended up getting one at our house. I drink out of mine. It's ain't nothing but clean water.
That's just convenient.
It is. I just turn that control up to about 9 and go. Next.
Yeah, smart. Smart.
Reid came up with a good idea. We should tie in some kind of a bidet company with something in the water.
That's right.
Have our own models.
So, go to bidet.com and type in something water 20 now for $20 off.
And our biggest selling model is Uncle Dave.
Oh man, Uncle Bidet.
Well, let's talk about. Let's see. I booked. Now, before we do that, I want to show a picture on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring out the baby pictures.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of a baby picture. I think it's titled "Young Reid." Almost sounds like Kyle's cat. Onion.
Whoa. Wow.
Tell us about this.
This is Vacation Bible School, and
This is incredible.
yeah. So obviously, I was like kind of the model and a child celebrity, and so I sang there at Vacation Bible School. I'm pretty sure we're doing DC talk, maybe. But yeah,
Talk it out.
yeah,
8.
yeah.
9.
It looks right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And obviously, one of your parents was taking the picture because you're looking dead at that camera.
No,
Striking the lens.
we didn't have any cameras.
Reid's going to be looking at the camera. Where's the camera? Where's my camera?
The camera finds me.
Yeah.
You got a SM58 right there, too.
That's right. Yeah, had a lot of 58s, but back then 57s on the instruments.
What happened to those 2 other ones there?
Oof.
What happened to them in life?
Well, the SM58 because Dad was definitely running sound.
Mhm.
Worked it into the church budget.
The young lady there ended up being a
Uh,
hairdresser.
obviously, and
And this guy is managing sports athletes.
yeah, he sells hot dogs at the Braves game. No, that's either Justin or Jason Strickland. I don't know what they do.
They were twins.
They were
right?
twins,
Yeah.
Wait a
and
minute.
yeah.
But only one of them could sing.
Oh, okay. That's how you can tell.
What you reckon the song was?
I'm gonna say
Christian rock?
He said DC talk.
yeah, or either
Oh, that's rap. Man.
our God is an awesome God, something like that. But
The girl looks
all right,
familiar.
so yeah, that's actually Pearson. That's Trey Pearson's sister.
Oh, no way.
Oh,
I didn't even recognize.
Hey,
Yeah,
Trey.
yeah, Trey Pearson.
Trey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 let me know.
You know the church scene, like we were talking about earlier, is like real big into the sound scene too, because they're all doing the PAs and stuff, and like just being sound geeks. Like I remember, like as a kid, getting like an AMS, a musician's friend, and like having opinions about like what monitors I would get. Like for the buck, I'm totally going with.
Yeah. If you want quality with a little bit of cheaper on your wallet, get them Yorkvilles. Now I'm telling you.
Oh man, those are nice.
Yeah, Paul put it in
they got
a lot
the
of
speak-on
systems in
cable.
churches around here. What was that taken in the?
That was in the youth room at First Assembly of God.
I like that mural. Is that Micah rowing that boat?
Well, it's
That's
tough
the
to
Jordan
say.
River.
It was a vacation Bible
that
school.
could be the
theme.
Red Sea.
Yeah, yep.
It was just about summertime.
It could have been the Dead Sea.
It could be Jonah for all we know.
That's right.
I mean, pre-will.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Yeah.
well.
You don't. Yeah.
Let's go look at the Kyle picture there, and this is pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that was a great one.
This is my grandson,
Awesome mustaches.
and Kyle came over and brought him a porn stash.
Yeah.
And at first, he was sitting in one of the pictures, going, "I don't want that thing near me." But then he got in with
I
it.
still think he was giggling the whole time.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, this was at Christmas.
That was
Maybe
here in town. At
He
that,
still has nightmares.
2014 or 15, and I had a pack of emergency mustaches. I gave is what the package said. I remember that. And I gave Wyatt.
Mercy mustache.
Pretty good stash yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Well, I needed one in case mine broke down.
Never know when you're gonna blow a stash. What?
All right, kick back to that thing. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay. Go to the 2010
Could be anything.
flyer down there on the far left. So
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
maybe the first time y'all played the festival as
We were Secret Sunrise. Then.
Secret Sunrise.
That's
yeah.
right.
And
Tell us about that name.
Yeah, dude. I don't know too much about the name. It's a secret. But that was me and my buddy Wes, this guy that I met in college that was like, when you meet somebody and you're instantly like connected, like, oh, I get you. And I understand all your friends and all your friends get me and you're automatically in the group and everything just clicks. And he was this musician on a level that, because I came from Waycross where everybody played music, and plus, we were playing in church. I was playing 3 days a week, and I thought I had pretty good chops. And I meet this guy, and he's like blowing me out of the water, But
Yeah, Wes is a phenomenal guitar player.
yeah,
He really is.
when we came down, when Wes came to Waycross, he had the same reaction that everybody always has, which is like, does everybody play guitar? It's like everybody really good at singing and playing guitar. And until you get somebody, until you see that reaction, you're just used to it because you grow up here. And, but yeah, man, everybody that I knew, everybody that I was interested in there was a huge scene, before this, Justin Minshew was playing with Chris Ryder and like Honky. And Honky would like let me open up for him a little bit. And it was me and Jared King. and it was kind of just drum and guitar. It was like really jammy, but it was cool, and it was cool that they let us do that. And we already kind of like followed Honky anyways because Justin was in the band, and so like, what are you gonna do it Friday night? Like me and Christy and Deanna Hanchy are gonna, and whoever, we're gonna go see Honky, and that was a cool band.
Y'all were in the video, right? That they
I don't think so. I don't think so. You were in it for sure.
Yeah, I was the bartender.
I've seen the video.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dirt Kick.
the one they recorded at Dennis
Such
and
a great
Marty's?
song.
Yeah.
Such a great song too.
I thought y'all were in the crowd.
Kyle might have been.
No.
I know. I think I was in college at the time, so I was up in Atlanta. But like, I was a huge fan. I knew all the words. I was Dirt Kicking,
Yeah,
and
that was an excellent band. Then they became Hay Shaker, and they were Hay Shaker on this.
that's right.
On this
Oh, and
bill.
Laurie's.
Jack Cadillac.
Yeah,
You were Jack Cadillac on this one.
I remember Sean's song "5 in the Tank." Jack Cadillac is like one of my favorite lyrics of all time. Just the song is so beautiful and cool. It's cool.
song.
It's cool. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. But like, seriously, like Dirt Kicking, 5 in the Tank, Waycross music scene really was beyond, like, it was legit. You know what I'm saying? And it's still, even like wood grains and stuff coming up after that, like
Yeah.
strong scene. Like, I feel like Waycross has
It's
this
unfortunate. That
reputation that
Yeah.
we produce quality musicians.
But do you think
and
there's going to be another generation coming up? Because I think they're too involved in
it's tough? It's
TikTok.
tough.
what I was about to say is in that vein, it's unfortunate that the Wood Grains is probably the last,
Yeah.
like the youngest
Well,
band,
There's
you
gotta be another
never
one.
can tell.
that, back to what Reid was talking about.
Right now,
being a
there's
guitar class and a, local,
Right now, there's a
small
third
venue or
grader
something, but
out Swamp Road that's woodshedding in the bedroom.
Is
Well,
that
it used to
right?
be every generation had another scene,
right.
and because there was always new ones coming up,
Yeah.
and I loved that. And now it's like just dropped off, because I love watching people come up and
Yeah, and I don't doubt that there are young kids around town that
I'm
are,
sure there are, but
whatever, making beats, writing songs in their
Yeah.
room on their computer, and
but we don't have the places like Rick Bennett had, and then,
right.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
can.
it just doesn't get out the way that.
Yeah,
it
we
used
can
to.
cut your teeth and
They
go
got,
out there.
they got to have a platform to have somewhere to go to want to. Oh, I could do this if I started doing this.
Right.
In a few months, I could do that.
Because you know how it is when you're in a band. Like, you hear what your contemporaries, like your peers, are doing, and you're like, oh, if I could do that, or if they do that, like I could do something like this. Like, keep pushing each other to improve
Mm-hmm.
and learn from each other. So
My recollection is that you were in this band at that festival. I thought you played bass.
This was Secret Sunrise.
2010.
Was this Secret Sunrise?
Yeah.
No, I was not in this band.
Well, what was the other band
It was-
that y'all had?
it was the Under Summer band.
Under Summer.
The Under
Y'all
Summer
did
band.
play out there one time with that.
Yeah, that was probably
That was it.
2005 or 6.
That was
Okay.
awesome. That was a dream come true because
We opened up
Y'all did Blue Eyes.
that weekend.
I remember y'all doing Blue Eyes.
Still Feeling Blue.
We did
Or Still Feeling Blue, yeah.
We did that. But me and Jared King, that drummer, we played together all the time. But we didn't have anybody else. We didn't have a bassist. So I'd written all these bass lines and like taught Kyle, and he was able to step in, and it was still, as like an older brother, was totally grateful, but I probably didn't give him enough credit for like stepping in, like really killing it. It was awesome.
Yeah,
probably rode his ass the whole time.
Yeah, it was.
I was about to say, I remember it
Yeah.
being a lot more intense.
No,
like,
Kyle.
you do not screw this up. But
Well, I
no,
thought you did a
I
fine job.
wouldn't want it any other way, and I was happy to do
C
it.
sharp.
I was just like, really? You want me to play with you? Hell yeah, dude.
I thought it went over real good. There's a recording of that somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure is. But
You got it?
no,
You're like, yeah, there sure is.
no, I do. I have it on CD.
Yeah, I have a CD.
I have a CD.
I think Dad got it and made like 2 or 3 copies.
Oh,
for
okay.
us.
Oh man, yeah. Our
Like, you
parents
guys are
so
gonna want
proud.
this one day.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Now in 2011, the very next year, after this festival right here, I was hit upon by all the younger musicians, the Jody Parrots and everybody else gathered up around me as that previous festival, Grand Parsons, ended in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "This is too much fun. You got to do it twice a year." And I said, "Hey, it's hard enough just doing one. We'll help you." And that's when this one was born. The very next spring was the first Swamp Town Get Down. Unlike the Grand Parsons guitar pull, this one was very eclectic with multiple genres of music. And y'all wound up on this build too.
So I'm getting them confused. It was either this year or the one that we were just talking about, and we had no, it wasn't the previous one. It must have been this year. I think we had Brian Russ playing drums and Justin Minshew played bass. Or was this
That would have
just
been
me and Wes by ourselves? It might
No,
have been,
you had a drummer in the Grand Parsons thing.
okay.
Oh, there's another picture that shows that Grand Parsons lineup on the side stage. I copied that one there. It's 2010 up there. So,
yeah,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
That was the drums.
Okay. That was just okay, yeah.
So
That's gotta
did
be
you even
Brian.
have a bass player?
We did. I think
He's
that's Brian
hiding
Russ.
behind the bush.
Yeah, he's disguised somewhere incognito. But it was cool. We were really focused on harmonies, which is difficult to pull off when you're nervous and your voice is shaking, you know. But I'm so proud that we went out there and did it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Reid and Wes do those harmonies really, really well.
Yeah, and there was some
Appreciate it.
long YouTube video of the 2011, y'all's 2011 Swamp Town performance. It was too long. I mean, we could.
We should spare
Okay.
the audience.
But you and that's Wes, right?
All right.
Y'all have some music on Spotify, correct?
We currently have some stuff under a band called Natural Heathcliff, which is just he and I. This was probably 2016 we started it, so I was already here, and he was up in Atlanta, and we were just emailing files back and forth, like Logic files. And these days we were using GarageBand, and we would try to record ourselves all the time. And that's also like another thing you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you want to judge yourself and critique yourself, you gotta
Yeah, you gotta listen back to it.
And so you can geek out on that forever, but
Can you go to Spotify?
let's
And,
pull it up. Let's listen to it. You want to hear one?
Listen to.
It is on Apple Music as well.
So
It'll be on Amazon.
yeah,
It's
on
probably
the-
anywhere.
It's probably on Amazon. Look up Natural Heathcliff. I would like to say about this music was in a time in my life that like I grew up writing songs, and I always like wrote songs kind of like singer-songwriter, diary entry, almost like emo, very stuff that I felt passionate about. And
It's Natural Heathcliff, and there's a space between each word.
Natural.
yeah,
Heath. Cliff.
Oh,
no,
that was a joke. Sorry.
There's not a
Okay.
space between Heath and Cliff.
I didn't
Okay.
need to.
Oh, you burned him so bad.
It's
man.
like the cat.
I got you all wrong.
L-I.
CLIFF.
Yeah.
I can't even see those letters.
Oh, sweet. Okay, it's there.
But it was
All right,
it was
so,
a different kind of songwriting for you guys, both of y'all, I think.
Yeah.
So you're saying y'all came together and it sounded different than both of y'all sounded individually?
For
What
sure.
do we do? Go to the album?
For sure. Yeah, go to The Put On is the name of this little 3-song album. But like it was one of those things where like I came from this very traditional like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus way of songwriting. And when we started doing this, we would send each other an idea. And it was like, okay, and then build on top of that. And so like all of these songs ended up like not being very traditional songs. They just kind of just go.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was kind of cool when we were done with it. Like it kind of had a style. But if you want to play the first one, Tide, I was really struggling writing lyrics, and like I just really wanted to write something to rhyme with Massachusetts. I was trying to like challenge myself. This whole entire song doesn't mean anything other than that.
I'm interested in the rhyming word. I don't give two.
Striped socks and ketone body insides. You braid your hair while I memorize your tan lines. Words we bypass until they're useless. Now your shit's packed up for Massachusetts.
I should say Brandon Jones did the artwork, which is really cool.
I'm in this rising to the washing set of roofs to up and those who know you The tide has got you to fight
Amazing what you can do with apps and
I'm in
Some logic.
your recording studio.
Yeah, bedroom.
I didn't realize you had this stuff up. I would have been listening to it a lot. You sent me some stuff through email before. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
sample.
how you-
Let's sample a little bit of all three of them.
Can I recommend like cutting to the end on this one? It's like a really good outro.
Better ending.
Yeah. No, whatever. I want to just
Here we go.
dealer's choice. I'm not gonna say anything. Build up to it.
Some Radiohead vibes. Got some thrash, traditional urn kind of
That's too much.
vibe. I like it.
That's gonna be too good.
I like this last title, Machinations of a Pneumatic Blind.
Yeah. All right. I'd love to play that one for you. Well, hang on. Keep.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go, Louie.
That's a sample from Point Break, starring Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze.
What does the sample say?
She says, "You all right? You look like you saw a ghost."
Oh yeah, that was Potts. What's her name?
Yeah, the girl.
Yeah, she ended up being Tank Girl.
Yeah.
It wasn't it Amy Potts? No, it wasn't. Not from Ghostbusters. A different girl.
It was like that. She was like,
Wasn't she the younger girl in the baseball movie about the women?
"Oh,
Wasn't
was that
that
her?"
Yeah.
League of Their Own.
Oh man.
Yeah, the
Oh.
younger sister.
Whoa. Kid.
Yeah, I
Kid.
think you're right.
I
Kid.
think that was Tank Girl, and I mean they kind of favor a
Worlds
little
are
bit.
colliding.
Amy
Worlds are
Potts.
colliding.
I need my phone because I'm calling bullshit.
You can call bullshit all you want. I could just try to tell you her name, her real name. Kit.
You're saying
I'm saying
Tank Girl's not Potts? Is that what you're saying?
that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying it's Field of Dreams, girl. That's my point, and I'm sticking to it.
That black dress, like it's Halloween, got me the most.
It's Lori Petty.
Lord, Patty.
Sometimes you got to get up pretty early.
Hurt me, Lord Patty.
Wait a minute, where's them images go? Now I know why they call her Tank Girl.
Old Tank Girl.
You know, there's an additional.
It's better than Skank.
There's an additional verse that's supposed to be on this that Megan was going to record because this is actually.
Yeah, she said to ask about the wine.
Yes. So the song doesn't even make sense if you listen to the lyrics as is, because, well, it's a story about like a clever inspector and the world's greatest art thief, and like he's chasing her, but they actually love each other in the end. But there's
This song.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's this whole part right here that's the girl's part that Megan was going to do all the lyrics for, and we were recording one night, and she spilled a glass of wine all over my laptop, completely fried it, and,
Oh my gosh.
and we didn't have time to like do anything, so we just like, okay, we'll just release it. Like nobody's going to listen to it. You know how it is, Sean. Like, how hard is it to get anybody to listen to your music? Like, ain't happening, Jack.
Well, did y'all already have a backup copy or something?
No, man, it's just oh, you're talking. Well,
Yeah,
we were
if it
constantly
fried.
we were constantly emailing the file back and forth, and then we would add on to it. So
Yeah.
he had the previous copy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you guys for checking out Natural Heathcliff. I'm just proud that I like have.
Are y'all
some-
still doing stuff together?
We still work a little bit, but it, you know, I'm kind of going through a midlife crisis, and
You
he's-
are or he is?
No, I am, and he's got a couple of kids, and
He's already there.
yeah, it's it's tough, but like, yeah, we still have lots of plans. We still got lots of plans. Yeah, we still talk about it all the time.
You find that once music gets in your blood, you ain't gonna never shake it. You know, so it's
Especially when you find somebody like your fellow, like your Paul and John.
kind of like me and
tied in.
Sean.
Yeah.
When we find, when you find somebody,
It's all cowboy bunkhouse.
when it's cowboy bunkhouse, you can't deny it. No,
I'm not gonna ask.
I've always coming along, you know, from the first band, growing up, getting older and everything. We'd have time there where the band broke up. Well, maybe we need to take about a year off, you know. And just as sure as 12 months went by, that phone would ring and somebody would say, "You ready to get the band up?" It'd be a different band entirely, but, you know, you just didn't leave it alone for long. It's always been that way. Constantly been playing music.
What
You
about
know-
you, Kyle?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Did you?
Should I get mine too?
Did
Closer
you set
to? I want to get, but
Did you set music down when you picked up the fire hose?
Not entirely, but yeah,
That seems like the perfect place for a solitary songwriter.
yeah. Well, that was just never me. You know, Reid was a songwriter, and I just wanted to play with people and hang out and jam.
Mhm.
And
I was into the screaming bands, and so
yeah,
you couldn't practice those
Just anywhere.
just anywhere.
right. Well, I don't know. I think it was lucky, like Sean, what you're talking about earlier. Like each generation had their own new scene, their new thing. I was able to have my generation's thing with the heavier music, hardcore.
Yeah, as crappy as I thought it sounded, it's cool. It's cool that so they had a place.
And
Big brother.
but I had Reid that like got me into different music than I would have been listening to, so I was listening to everything, you know.
Yeah, I've listened
and then
to all
and
kinds
then
of stuff.
Dad, you know, is listening to Marshall
Southern
Tucker
gospel.
Band and
Yeah.
Mhm.
Southern Gospel, Steely Dan, whatever. I wasn't able to keep playing with those guys whenever I started working at the fire department. Just that's when that's pretty much when I started playing guitar, because playing bass just isn't as fun without
By yourself,
a drummer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I kind of started learning how to play guitar a little bit, just because that was easier to do by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I haven't played with anyone in
What?
quite a while now.
But all of our friends, like everybody was in bands, you know, like Megan and Brandon were doing music, and like Jamie and Josh Sharp and Jared Walker.
Jared Walker, yeah,
And like
the Shingles.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, like you guys
And
know,
me and Jamie were in high school bands
yeah.
together.
even though I wasn't playing anymore, I was always like, anytime
Mm-hmm.
you were playing, just about I was going to be there if it was around here. And same with Hayshaker and Honky and the Shingles, Uncle Dave.
When Megan first came to me to teach her guitar, I think it was about 16. And I was thinking, yeah, boy, this is going to go over real good. But, you know, I didn't discourage her. I was just thinking, well, we'll see. And I taught her the very first lesson. I taught her E minor, G and D, and C. And
That's a
I
lot.
said, you can play. Well, let me go back. When she was 10, I gave her Tom Petty's greatest hits for Christmas. And she was a Petty head.
Yeah.
And then
Still loves it.
and then she really started getting into my Neil Young.
Mm-hmm.
And then she picked up Dylan. And so y'all being in the same class and everything.
She was an important influence.
Was she?
For sure. Like I remember thinking the Grateful Dead was like a heavy band or something, and made some comment, and Megan was like, oh, the Grateful Dead is like a country band or a folk band or something. But like she schooled me, and I was like, whoa, because it was just a little punk poser. We used to call us posers back then.
We're going to start a new band called Former Posers.
Ex-posers.
Exposers.
Exposure.
The exposers.
No, well, no, it's not like that.
Raging exposure.
It's not like that.
Raging exposers.
Yeah. I went by Little Nights one night, and that was on the marquee out front. What we going to name our band? How about the Raging Exposures? Thought that had to go way out on a limb on that one, didn't it? What does it mean? We don't care.
I remember one of those it was a Grand Parsons little nights, and
They misspelled it.
yeah, I got kicked out for underage drinking. And so I went outside and put a hat on, and then like came back in. So that was good. Made it.
That would have been 02 and 03.
Yeah, I was like 17 and a half. No, I was 18 and a half.
You were young enough to still say a half or something.
No, man, that's what I was talking. That was around the time that like Justin was playing with Chris Ryder and them, and so like, yeah, we'd go see them every weekend because like we didn't have anything else to do because we were just punks, and I remember. Oh man, okay. I tell you the best. Chris Ryder's band. This must have been Hey Shaker. We were in Valdosta, and TW Lot took a whole pitcher of beer, okay? Turned it up in one gulp without taking a swallow.
He can do that.
Without taking a swallow?
Without, oh my gosh,
Take a
I
breath.
already fucked it up. All right. So he just like turns up this whole pitcher of beer, and I was like, guys, you gotta come see this. Come over here. It's like, TW, do it again.
Do it again.
And he did it again. TW.
What did he do after that?
Fell
Did
down.
not. Yeah, he told me later when
He played the rest of the night on his back.
he was playing guitar, and Leo Neal was playing drums.
Hmm
And
I played bass in that band for a little while. After Justin left.
see, I was up in Atlanta for a little bit of that, and I don't remember everything.
Yeah, that was some fun days, fun gigs, fun songs, fun band.
Fun guy.
But
It was a fun road trip too.
but let's say that like the ultimate goal was to like get a good time slot at Graham Parsons tribute. Like if you were anybody that was anybody, like you're gonna be playing at night. And Justin came in with his band Ocha La Rocha. They were
Ocha La
great.
Rocha, that's right.
And me and Wes came in, we played, and we were all just dreaming of the stage and just like all of the Jack Cadillac glory. It was awesome. It was something awesome to aspire to, though.
Yeah, and
Because it
somebody's
was-
got to go first.
Dude, no. The cream was at the top. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there were good bands to like strive to be.
Yeah,
Like, if you're a musician, so like, for instance, I just came from Memphis. Every like restaurant has like a band playing, and they are the tightest. Nobody ever misses a chord change. And it's so uptight that like, it seems it's very professional and it's serious business, but I don't envy that. Like growing up in Waycross, the way that we did it, everybody's jamming, everybody's just having a good time. This is a much better way to approach music than.
well, it's very laid back down here
Yeah.
because it's the South. Of course, Memphis is the South too, and there's nothing
Well,
wrong with being a tight band
It's a
and everything.
It's a good time to be out of Memphis.
But you can do it without being uptight. That's the
It's
key.
a cool.
That's
Memphis
the
is a cool
key.
city. I tell you, man, Memphis got some grit, and like it's legit. Don't fuck with Memphis.
Memphis is very important.
Fucking greasy.
Music town too. Bill Street, the blues,
Very greasy.
Ferry Lewis.
Greasy.
Just still a Trailer Park Boys reference. Greasy.
Yeah.
So where did Megan say, my daddy puts on the Graham Parsons? We should learn that, or you should listen to that, or was that just something that y'all just kind of fell into?
My daddy plays with the
For
Graham
sure. Because like I was like totally into punk rock, and Megan.
What do you call punk rock? What was your punk rock band?
in those days? Green Day and Blink-182. But
MXPX.
yeah, no MXPX and Rancid. But in those days, like Well, you have to remember there was a couple of things going on. First of all, Dave Matthews Band made acoustic guitar cool for the first time ever, because like when I was a kid, you wouldn't be caught dead with an acoustic guitar because it's not cool. And that made it okay. And then there was this alt-rock thing going on that it became, you know, the early, like the Ryan Adams and the Wilcos of the world. But the singer-songwriter style really, especially as a teenager, I don't know, it was very emotional. Like that really struck a chord with me. It's the way that you always get into music through like emotion. Like you like identify with something, you're like plugged in, like, oh, I've never felt like this. And Megan and Justin did this guitar pull behind your house, or like in your backyard, I believe. I was like, what's a guitar pull? Guitar pool? Like we're going swimming? When they got into it, I had to see what it was all about. I was like, I didn't even know who Graham Parsons was. They don't teach you that in school. Yeah. Hot dogs are not made of dogs.
No matter what they teach you.
Yeah, there was a lot of the younger generation that kind of fell into it, you know.
It was cool.
After the festival kind of cranked up and got going, you know.
That's right.
And it was just kind of like you went to the festival for the music and the camaraderie and everything, and then people started to become informed, you know, about why are we doing the festival and who the guy is and what his music sounded like.
Yeah, that was definitely what it was like for me, because like I was talking about, Steven Johnson and those guys played at one of the guitar pulls, and you know, we're kids, you know, 12 or 13 years old, maybe. Didn't know shit about Graham Parsons. But after that, you're like, okay, so who is this guy? And
then you see all the other artists
just an
that were
opportunity
inspired by him, like the Jay Farrar.
young guys to have
How
a place
did-
to play. And
Because I was 22 when Dave introduced me to
Graham did.
Graham did.
Yeah.
His
My nephew, Graham.
And then I met Dave, and then they were just all, you know, check out these CDs, listen to this. And I didn't initially take to it. And I was 22, so I was like, this is too country for me or whatever. But I like this song. This is edgy. I like this song. And then one night I ended up getting it. Like it just clicked. But like, how'd it work for you guys being younger?
Dude, because I don't know if you remember, people back in the day used to ask you, like, what kind of music do you listen to? People say anything but country. That was my generation. That's how.
That's me too. Like,
even though you all grew up on 90s country, and
I guess
loved
it's according to who you were hanging out with, but I was hanging out with the screw this place, let's rock.
I didn't have
Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I kind of had that same attitude, like you're talking about, like, this is too country for me. I don't care about it. It wasn't until I was probably like 16 or 17, maybe in high school, whenever I like put some lyrics or started caring about songwriting.
Well, it was Ryan Adams, right?
Oh shit!
It was Ryan Adams.
Like that's good.
It was like that style.
$1,000
Like for the
Wedding,
first
like-
time, I was like, oh, I do like country.
Yeah.
And then just gobbling up as much as I could get, and just trying to go through the. Am I talking too much?
You just said gobble up as much as you could get. I lost.
Just sucking,
What was
just
the band-
sucking up
what was
as
the
much as I
band,
could.
Taking over for Dave.
Sucking up as much as I could deep throat.
Yeah. Well, you said that, and Kyle went, "Oh, here he goes." Like,
Yeah, I went through the same thing. On country music for my generation was the big divide. You know, you had hipsters and you had the
Rednecks.
liberals and you had the establishment. You know, redneck country music was Merle Haggard, Buck Owens, and all that stuff was on this side, and we had all psychedelic. You know, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, all of that stuff going, and then all of a sudden, with the music changed in the early 70s, and that was what Graham was pioneering. Was the change that happened was because Graham kicked the door open in the late 60s.
That's right.
Tied them together.
He brought the country and the rock together, and then all of a sudden it was that sensitive singer-songwriter period also in the early 70s.
But yeah, seeing your peers do it too. Like if Graham can do it, like
That was a Waycross guy.
Yeah.
Waycross boy. And
just
then,
like Burt Reynolds.
and then connecting the dots of
These.
the Rolling Stones had country songs because they met this guy that was from
Yeah.
my hometown, and
Here's this guy putting his stamp on all of this.
Okay. Here's an interesting take I'll say. When I was a kid, it was all about guitar. Like I was talking about Airborne. Talking about
me too, man. When I started playing, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go as fast
Charlie
as I could go.
Chastain,
I could never do it.
Laney Strickland, all these great guitar players. And then at some point in my life, like I really came to appreciate voices and like harmonies and stuff like that. And maybe because I could sing a little bit, and so that's what I wanted to do.
As proven by the pictures in the
Music
Yeah.
Amazon.
And the music.
and the music.
Well, should we sing one real quick?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Y'all
Take a break.
Okay,
Come back.
we could probably wrap it
Yeah.
up after that, right?
Yeah, folks, we're gonna take another break. We
It
took
is
so many
4 in the
breaks in this.
morning. It is
How much
4 in the
wood could a
morning.
woodchuck could take breaks?
Something in my brain won't let me stray. Something in my veins gonna find its way. Something in the water taught me how to pray. When that cold black water finds its way into your veins, you'll never be the same.
I wrote this song a long time ago,
Meatloaf,
and
yeah.
I think it's trash. This is a John Prine song. I'll do the first one and the
You do the first and the third.
Okay,
I think that works best.
I got you. Back before I was a movie star, straight off of the farm, I had a picture of another man's wife tattooed on my arm, and a pack of Camel cigarettes on the sleeve of my t-shirt, heading out to Hollywood just to have my feelings hurt. This town will make you crazy, just give it a little time. You'll be running round in circles down on Hollywood and Vine. You'll be waiting on a phone call at the wrong end of a broom. Turn around at it. This town will make you crazy, just as crazy as a loon. So I headed down to Nashville to become a country star. And every night you'd find me hanging round in every honky-tonkin' bar. Pretty soon I met a woman, and pretty soon she done me wrong. And pretty soon my life got sadder than any country song. This town will make you crazy, just give it a little time. You'll be walking round in circles, looking for that country rhyme. You'll be waiting on a phone call at the wrong end of a broom. Turn around, did it? This town will make you crazy,
just as crazy as a loon. So I gathered all my savvy, I bought myself a business suit, headed up to New York City, where a man can make some loot. I got hired Monday morning, downsized that afternoon, and overcome with grief that evening, and now I'm crazy as a loon. And I'm up here in the North Woods, just staring at a lake, wondering just exactly how much they think a man can take. I eat fish to pass the time away. Whoops. Blue Canadian man. Town to make you crazy, just as crazy as a loon. Yeah, this world has made me crazy, just as crazy as a loon.
Yeah.
Can we
fellas.
take two?
No, we gotta go.
No, that's
man.
good. That was John Prine, folks. One of America's treasures.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah.
Man, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
I would like to see more of that. Like, I would like to see you guys do some shows
That'd be fun.
as Daniel and the Lions.
I think
do.
brothers can do some harmonies that people.
We're
like
gonna make
Wood
it
Brothers.
70 times hotter.
Y'all got the sibling
7
harmony
times.
thing
You've seen
going
the
on.
Wood Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wait
know
till you
who
see
you're
us
talking
do
about,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Would
maybe,
that I could.
maybe there's
Daniel
a
Bros.
maybe
on
there's
Wood Bros.
a chance with us back in the same town again. Who knows?
Well, folks, we're going to get on out of here with a tale of the week, finalizing this tonight's episode. And as most people know, that it's my 70th birthday.
What's
Today?
that?
Huh?
Today?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not today.
You don't look a day over 69.
It's not today.
Well, it's,
Well-
Oh, here we go with this.
it's the magic of multi.
You're in, how
It's a
long have we
magic
done
of
this?
parallel universes, folks.
How long have we been doing this?
Yeah, I always get Sean every time.
It's Christmas, everybody.
It was his birthday last week, and I thought your birthday was on a Thursday.
It seems like everybody's having a birthday this year.
It seems like everybody's having a birthday today.
Now, speaking of birthdays, the older you get, the older you get, the better you
Is
get.
that what it says?
Yeah,
Nice.
speaking of birthdays,
Oh,
man,
okay.
the older you get, the better you get, unless you're a banana. I had the birthday routine down. Wait just a second. I thought something
Or
was
any
dark.
Fruit,
I thought something was kind of hazy.
perishable items.
I had that birthday
Greatest generation.
routine down pretty good by the time I was 5 and living in Tripoli, Libya. The cake was everything. Whatever it was you were into. Like Hopalong Cassidy and his horse Topper when I was, that would have been 4 years old. That was before Tripoli right there. Check them shoes out, man.
Handsome cake.
Topper, I hardly know her.
Hopalong Cassidy and Topper sitting on top of my birthday cake, and I was squealing with excitement there. Whatever you was into, whether it was Hopalong Cassidy, Disney, mice, ducks, dogs, and cows, I still can't get over the fact that Goofy the dog and Clarabelle the cow had a romantic relationship. Spell that out to me, Mama. Revell hot rod surfer cars, yeah, models. Sniff the glue. The cake,
That was when glue was glue.
that was back when glue was sniffable. I still can't get over the cake bore the heroes and icons of our youthful dreams. I became pretty good present sleuth in my days leading up to September the 1st. High atop closet shelves, I could spot them multicolored, majestic mysteries in honor of me. I never opened them. I just stared in awe at the beautiful, perfectly wrapped wonders and counted the days. My mama was a birthday party specialist. There she is on the left, right there. That was on the rooftop in Tripoli, Libya. Boy, I'm coming over this chair.
Dave, is that you
That's a
with the
compliment.
back, with the elbow
That's
in the middle?
me reaching for the
On the
freshly
other side?
on the opposite side,
Okay.
reaching for that freshly blown out candle to lit the icing.
Old candle liquor from way back.
My mama was a birthday party specialist, building icing-covered monuments out of milk, eggs, and sugar, redecorating our Tripoli apartment rooftop with balloons, streamers, and tailless donkeys, and feeding the hordes of cousins, playmates, and neighbors with endless hot dogs, chips, and grape Kool-Aid. Birthdays were special.
Right, lost all your baby teeth in 1
These
week.
were special.
Is
Yeah.
that Connor? Especially as a kid. But as time moves on, they lose their luster and innocence. All that's left are marks of achievement, becoming a teenager, becoming a licensed driver, becoming a drinking age adult, voter. Then the round numbers start rolling by faster and faster. Boom! You're 30 with children of your own. Boom! You're 40. The metabolism slows and you gain 3 inches in the waist. Boom! The big 5-0 and you're looking back instead. Boom! You hear yourself say, I'm 60. And you can't believe what you're hearing as it comes out of your mouth and goes back in this ear. But like the old cliche goes, it's better than the alternative. Toy soldiers, racetracks, cowboy outfits are replaced by cologne, tequila, and a never-ending supply of socks and underwear.
My hero.
Gone are the toothless grins, the sparkling eyes, and the beardless chins. Here are the wrinkles, the missing teeth, and the renegade nose hairs. How did it get to this? Birthdays, pure and simple. I've been blessed with many, and I hope to have many more. The one that stands out most to me, though, was number 50. It was the only surprise birthday party that surprised me, thanks to my beautiful daughter, Megan. I pride myself in my wizened sense of cynicism. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to pull a fast one over on Uncle Dave.
Well, you slow that, Dave.
So I thought. On Saturday, August 30th, 2003, I went into work at Crosstown Music with owner Paul Lee and a young co-worker named Joe. Late in the afternoon, right in front of me, Paul dispatched Joe with a rental PA system to a church barbecue. That PA went to my backyard instead. 6 o'clock closing time rolled around, and I stayed by myself to get the day's cash deposit in order. The phone rang. It was Megan. Dad, when are you coming home? We have dinner reservations at 6:30. Get it in gear. That should have been the dead giveaway right there. Since when does a Waycross restaurant require reservations? I should have known.
Good luck
I
trying to
missed
get one to take
that,
'em.
and I moved blindly forward. Coming up the hill toward my home, I saw the cars scattering the yard, lining the ditches, and stretching around the house. I knew I'd done been had. Once inside, the house was empty, so I put on my surprised party face and slid the patio door open. And that was it, that moment right there.
I was out there.
Mm-hmm. And from that moment on, time slowed down to a crawl. All my family and friends were there bearing gifts. A stunning blue tequila bottle with a neck like Dr. Swice would have drawn. A bottle of tequila rose, my favorite, tequila Cazador Reposado, the one with an antler deer on the label.
Mm-hmm.
Surrounded by black balloons, I blew out the cake candles. There's the drummer from the Pine Box Dwellers. I look like Dizzy Gillespie in that picture. Look at them cheeks.
Uncle Dizzy.
Uncle Dizzy.
Drinking a red breast.
Then I did 3 birthday shots, one from each
Oh no.
tequila gift bottle. My nephew Graham, turning up a beer right there, abducted me in my own van and chauffeured me out Central Avenue, all the while smelling something burning that was not birthday candles. We returned what seemed like hours later. I looked at my watch, which read only 7:13. The best present that night was the present, which seemed to be standing still. Time weren't even standing still. It was going backwards. The music went on all through the evening. The best of the best musicians and songwriters Waycross had to offer jammed across the patio stage. The drinks flowed, the people smiled, and it was a birthday to remember. I certainly had a good time. Everybody told me I did. As the night wore down, my wife put me to bed. Sometime later, Sean's wife, Bess, passed through the bedroom on her way to... Which one was it?
That wasn't Bess. We won't mention her name.
I just said. Sometime later,
Jamie,
one of our guests,
fix that post.
one of our female...
Young Jamie, fix that post.
Sometime later,
Young Jamie.
one of our female guests passed through the bedroom on her way to the master bathroom and found me hanging off the bed, face down, naked, throwing up in a shoe.
And that was the beginning of the
Yeah,
end.
my first wife, Bonnie, walked in there, and Dave is bare naked, hanging over the other side of the bed. His head is puking in a boot.
And that's why they
don't
call
write
it
country
booting.
songs like that.
Huh?
That's why they call it booting.
That's what they call it, booting. Uncle booting.
Our friend Jamie has a story about booting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
But
that.
You're
booting.
thinking of boofing, where you put it in, but
No, it's the opposite. It's out the other
You
side.
put it in the boot.
Oh, okay. I thought
Where you pee in a boot?
the Smiths family.
It's when you barf in a boot.
Far for the boot. That's
Yeah.
what he was doing. Booting.
Yeah. I think that's why they call it booting.
Yeah.
Well, Judge Ben Smith and all them Smith family, they had a word for number 2 that was that you could say in public and
Talking about
nobody
making a
knows, but they
stinky?
call it booger.
Booger.
I got a booger.
You can't say
we're
that.
just making up words now.
No, they in fact made up that word, and it was a family favorite. Well, folks, we've enjoyed it tonight, and we hope y'all have too.
Our fact checkers are on this episode as we
Y'all
speak.
fact check us and send us an email, somethinginthewaterpodcast@gmail.com. Be sure and subscribe to our YouTube videos. Like us, because when you like us, that makes
Us
more
feel
people
good.
can
That makes us
see
feel better.
Makes us
That
feel
means more
good.
people can see our little old video, and we might get it further out there.
I'll show you how to do it, Mom.
Please, if you don't watch but 5 seconds of it, go ahead and hit that like button, and that'll help us out. We appreciate y'all helping us. Tell them about Patreon, Bobby Sean.
If you like this free episode, maybe you need a little bit more in your life and you want to go over to Patreon where we do a deep end once a month. We have an extra episode over there and we get a little further out there. If you think this is far out, hold my beer. Watch this.
Yeah, we'll be
Dave
back
takes
for part
his shirt
2.
off.
Far out.
Yeah. So
It
it's
is.
only
Here's the,
$5 a month.
There's
Yeah.
our Patreon website. Roll up to the top there. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So just go on the Patreon and search something in the water. But
you
we call
submit
it the deep
questions
end, but you
about
still just
Bigfoot?
search.
Yeah, we
something.
Just get
encourage
opinions.
questions. Submit questions.
Yeah.
Doggone.
I got some Bigfoot questions I want to run by you later.
We'll take on all questions. In fact, we've got a regular episode and a deep end episode coming up real soon, folks, that you won't want to miss. Speaking of questions, we got a couple of Pine Box Dweller female fans going to be on, one of the famous female fans.
Dang.
Some of the first level female fans going to be on our podcast. So y'all want to look out for that one. It's going to be a fun one.
Shelf.
I love
Top
those
shelf.
pine box dwellers.
And To all of my friends who are disappointed that I didn't shoehorn UFOs into this yet, here you go.
Here you go.
Aliens exist.
Have you seen an alien?
Not yet.
Not
Every
yet.
night.
Oh, I mean, it's.
Yeah, but I want it.
I think aliens have to exist if the universe goes on forever.
Well, that's the Fermi paradox,
Yeah.
but that's a whole other episode.
I think when the government comes out and says that aliens are real, everyone's just going to be like, I fucking knew it.
Well, they already have said that.
Well, I'm glad they
UFOs,
haven't.
well,
I'm
they're
glad
just
they haven't
saying
totally
UFOs.
admitted it, or
But who's
then I'd have
flying
to
them
stop
UFOs?
believing in
Aliens.
UFOs if the government says that they're real. So
Yeah.
All right.
but we'll get there.
I'm
Yeah.
melting.
I wonder if Uranus is going to have aliens on them.
Did you guys hear about what happened to Pluto?
It's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
What happened to Pluto?
We used to be a planet, dude.
Got demoted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew
it's
that.
Fucked up. What did Pluto ever do to you, man?
I thought I was.
Well, we've already
was waiting on
ended,
some Uranus
folks. So
joke.
if y'all are still watching, more power to you.
Cheers.
We was gone an hour ago. We just didn't know it.
When the cold black water finds its way across through your veins, it just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate.